Welcome to Discover Indie Film. I'm your host, Jeff Howard, and I'm very excited. I've got 4 people with me. 2 are in the room, 2 are on Zoom, and I'm going to ask everyone to just say their names, but not all at once.
Okay, I'll start right here. Andrew Menjivar, the director for Driven, the Tony Pearson story.
And I am Cameron A. Mitchell. I'm the writer-director of This Sucks and the producer of Driven, the Tony Pearson story.
I am April Denise Scott. I am the lead actress in This Sucks.
I'm Tony Pearson, author of Driven.
And for those who can't figure it out, we have the documentary Driven, and Tony is the subject of that documentary based on his own autobiography and his final bodybuilding competition.
Yeah.
And we have April, who is the lead actor of the film that Cameron wrote and directed.
Yep, she plays Jess and also a secret second role in This Sucks.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, laying Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm. Got to get people to come see the screening.
All right, if you want to learn more about these 2 wonderful films that are premiering very soon at the Golden State Film Festival, listen to the podcast before this one, because we're not sharing any more personal information. We are going to answer the Discover Indie Film 4 questions. And those 4 questions are: name 3 favorite films, name an underrated film, an overrated film, and a lesser-known film for people to seek out. And for anyone who wants to throw it in, you can name a guilty pleasure. And I have a feeling we should start with April.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So, list is first 3 favorite
Yes.
films. I would say first one is Terminator 2, Judgment Day. I never get tired of it.
A near flawless film.
Second one is romantic comedy, When Harry Met Sally. The script is just hilarious to me. And third is Forrest Gump, for sure. It's a feel-good movie. Never get tired of it.
I genuinely would not have expected those to be your 3 favorite movies, but I love that they are.
I know.
That's such a weird, eclectic mix. I love it.
But it's also, I'm gonna note something, which is that those are 3 films made by directors who I really admire, who always manage to do something a little unique within the Hollywood system. Mm-hmm. Right? The Hollywood system that crushes people and makes them just put out product instead of something creative. Cameron, I'm already unable to name the 3 directors.
Robert Zemeckis, and I don't know who directed
James Cameron.
It was Meathead from Reiner. Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner? Carl Reiner?
Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner?
Carl's son.
Oh, okay.
But 3 people who always manage to, within the studio system, subversively creative.
Well, and especially James Cameron, because the studio system crushes you, but James Cameron just crushes you back. And, you take Avatar 2, and he's been making this fucking movie for 13 years now. And everyone was like, nobody remembers Avatar. It's not going to be a big deal. Avatar 2 is on its way to be the 3rd highest grossing movie of all time. So the man is just relentless. It's hilarious. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's a scientist as well as an artist. He really is.
One of my favorite strange stories was that on September 11th, 2001, he and Bill Paxton were exploring the deck of the Titanic together. They were just down there, and then they come up, and everyone's very silent and pale and still, and they're like, what happened? They were just on the Titanic when 9/11 happened. That's just so strange to me.
Madness. April, underrated?
Okay, so I'm not sure if this is underrated, but and I don't even know who it's directed by. The movie 13. I believe the lead is Holly Hunter, where she plays the mother of a 13-year-old girl who becomes friends with the most popular 13-year-old girl, but she's an extremely bad influence, and her whole year of being 13 is really going into turmoil with stealing and taking drugs, like hardcore drugs, and even losing her virginity. And the way it's shot is documentary style, so it's very raw. I don't know if that was considered an independent film, but I watched it when I was in high school. Surprisingly, a counselor made us watch it, maybe because we had a class full of young teenage girls. And it was really, really shocking to see how your life can literally just fall apart in 2 months of knowing a bad person at 13 years old, and you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. She had to repeat her grade over again. She failed all her classes, and she was an straight A student. Her and her relationship with her mother got really bad. And I feel like it's underrated because like nobody really talks about it. And I feel like it's pivotal in today's world, because I feel like young teenage girls try to reach adulthood too quickly. They don't even try to be kids anymore. So to me, that movie is very underrated, 13. And the two other young girls that played in that movie, they're very big actresses now. One of them is in Westworld, and the other one was in like the Twilight series movies. So they both went on to be big stars afterwards. But that movie, like they both weren't really well known at that time. Yeah.
I remember when it came out and the gritty realism of it really scared parents.
Oh yeah. It's honestly, I was surprised that my teacher allowed us to watch it because it was pretty raw. Yeah, we thought we were watching a documentary. She didn't tell us anything. She just put it on and we're like, what is this? For about 30 minutes of it, we thought we were watching a documentary, but no, it's a movie. Hardcore one, but it was, it's very educational. It scares you straight almost. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Very fun pick, or very good pick. All right. Question number 3 is a film that is overrated. And since you're all such nice people, I'll add the caveat that Andrew's heard too many times listening to this podcast, which is you're not saying it's a bad film. You could say it's a great film. I love this film, but it still got more awards than it deserved, or this or that. Or maybe it's a film you love that you love this filmmaker's other films even more. And why does everyone say that's his best? So anyway, April, you want to do an overrated?
Sure. It's actually a film I just mentioned, Twilight. The whole Twilight series, I think, is completely overrated. And a part of me, I think maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it is just me, but like my generation, I grew up with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I grew up with like gory, real vampires like Resident Evil and like zombies and like weird, just, I don't know. It's just when you make them too fantasy and I don't know, it's just not for me. It just, I mean, the vampires glittered. I mean, I
cut to 3 hours later. April's still going on why she doesn't like Twilight.
The only thing I would say about Twilight, I saw one because, you know, I have a teenage niece that made me watch it. The only thing I would say that I liked about Twilight is the soundtrack. Whoever is picking the music, good job. Good job. But other than that, I couldn't tolerate it.
Fair enough.
Uh-oh.
April.
I would say an underrated movie for me is a foreign film, and I'm not sure if it's an indie film also, but Maria Full of Grace. Have you guys heard of it at all?
That's the drug. She's a drug mule, right?
Yep, she's a drug mule, and she's pregnant and going to the U.S. for the first time, but she almost gets caught as soon as she gets to America, and it's the struggle when she gets there, and she has to decide what she's going to do for her baby, because it's not about her anymore. Is she going to go back to Colombia where she's struggling to, you know, pay her mom's bills because she's living with her mom and her older sister who keeps having babies, or is she just going to try and be an immigrant in the U.S. and build a life and build a good life for her child? It was, the way it was filmed was, to me, it's so suspenseful, because it doesn't seem like it's like a thriller or scary movie, but there are times where there's so much pressure. Even the way she has to learn how to swallow those huge capsules. And she has to do it in front of the boss. And if she doesn't do it, oh my God. It's like, it's just like, she can't be a mule. And it's like, it's huge and she has to swallow it whole. Oh my God. It's just like crazy. It's like, is she going to choke? You know, she's pregnant, all these things. Like, what if it opens inside? Oh my gosh. All these things you think about. So yeah, it's a good movie.
Did you see Emily the Criminal, the recent Aubrey Plaza one?
No.
You should watch it. It's I think it's on HBO. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But she's in a kind of a similar situation. She is this caterer, and a friend of hers offers her this chance to go make $200 doing, you know, something that's not quite legal but not dangerous. And then everything just kind of spirals from there. It's really, really good.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. Okay, that sounds good. Sounds like a movie I would like.
Yeah, you would like it a lot.
Yeah, I remember when Maria Full of Grace came out. Powerful film and so realistic. So
good.
Just made you feel what she felt.
Everything. Yeah. You were on the journey with her the entire time.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, thank you all so much. I guess we'll wrap it up.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
There will be clickable links for all the people you just listened to in the show notes. So just go there if you want to. I won't even bother. I'll get us out of here.
Click those links.
It is actually.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. I mean, everyone stayed up late for this. So, like and subscribe to the podcast. Be kind. Maybe even write a nice review. It's very funny. There's been like 180 people on the podcast. Mm-hmm. I think on the Apple site, there's like 11 reviews or something.
What are you guys doing?
No guilt trip. No guilt trip. I'm sort of being an old Jewish mother and giving a guilt trip, but, you know, I'm allowed to.
Never review your bubby no more.
Isn't that funny, though? Isn't it funny? You think like 180 guests, you'd have at least 90 reviews. So anyway.
It's so hard, right, Tony? Just to get people to review your stuff.
Yes, it's really hard. I beg.
And it's funny because it's the troll culture thing, right? Like if you see something you hate, you run online and you shit on it. And if you see something you enjoy, you move on to the next thing you enjoy.
That's true.
I like this movie a lot.
Yeah.
So what would Delivery Boy say to this conundrum?
I would say, please give us 5 stars.
5 stars.
Yeah, at least give me 5 stars.
At the very least. Wait, does it go up to 5 or more?
All right. Thank you all so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
And we'll see you February 25th and 26th at the Golden State Film Festival.
Golden State Film Festival.
Yes.
That festival is for the whole state.
Exactly.
The biggest state in the
It's at the
country.
Chinese Theater, too. Like, it's a pretty cool place to premiere your films, I'd say.
It's a nice venue.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
It rings a bell.